One of the most significant economic conflicts in modern history began in 2018, the US-China trade war. Triggered by then-President Donald Trump, the war has reshaped global markets, industries, and economies. But what started this trade war, and how have Trump's tariffs affected not just China and the US but the entire world? In 2018, President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on China, aiming to address what he considered unfair trade practices. These tariffs, taxes on imported goods, were designed to make Chinese products more expensive in the US and encourage domestic manufacturing. The US government initially targeted $50 billion worth of Chinese goods, with tariffs ranging from 10% to 25%. Key sectors like electronics, steel, and machinery were affected, pushing up prices for American consumers and businesses. China wasn't going to sit idly by. In retaliation, Beijing imposed its own tariffs on US goods, targeting industries like agriculture, aerospace, and automotive. American farmers, especially those exporting soybeans, were hit hard, as China is one of the biggest buyers of US agricultural products. The tariffs created a ripple effect. In the US, prices for everyday goods went up, affecting consumers and businesses alike. On the Chinese side, exports to the US dropped, forcing manufacturers to adjust or lose out. Both nations saw a slowdown in economic growth, with global markets feeling the pressure. The impact of this trade war wasn't confined to just the US and China. Global supply chains were disrupted, and countries all around the world felt the consequences. Prices on goods from cars to electronics increased. Countries relying on trade with both nations saw their economies take a hit. Some even had to step in to negotiate deals to help ease tensions. Trump's administration pushed a policy of America first. The idea was simple: encourage American manufacturing and reduce reliance on foreign products. By imposing tariffs, the US aimed to bring more jobs back to America, particularly in manufacturing sectors that had been outsourced to countries like China. While the US and China battled, other nations began forming new trade alliances. Countries like the European Union, Japan, and Canada started negotiating deals with China, bypassing the US. This shift has had long-term effects on global trade, reshaping alliances and creating new economic powers. Stock markets worldwide saw significant volatility. The uncertainty of the trade war caused global markets to fluctuate, with investors reacting to news from both sides. While some industries benefited from the tariffs, others saw sharp declines, especially in tech and agriculture. In 2020, the US and China reached a Phase 1 trade agreement, easing some of the tariff pressure. China agreed to purchase more US goods, particularly agricultural products, and both countries agreed to reduce tariffs in stages. However, the deal didn't resolve all issues and many tariffs remained in place. While the trade war may have officially cooled off, its effects continue to reverberate. Many businesses have adjusted by relocating factories to countries outside of China or the US, and others have had to adapt to higher costs. The global economy has been forever altered by the tariffs and shifting trade dynamics. The US-China trade war may have started with tariffs, but it turned into a battle over global influence, trade power, and economic strategy. While the immediate effects were felt in both countries, the long-term impact is still unfolding across the world's markets. One thing is certain: trade wars change everything. Want to learn more about global conflicts and how they shape our world? Subscribe now and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos like this.